Hello and welcome. Welcome. Welcome to Connect. Connect with Quest. Where we take a short break in our day to practice bringing a sense of calm, connection, and kindness to ourselves and others. Today and always, together at Quest for Life, we're creating spaces for healing, growth, and connection. So my name is Rachael Rogan, and thank you for being here today. So you might be wearing a smile about International Kissing Day, and if you're smiling just thinking about it, that's oxytocin already doing its job. So it is International Kissing Day. It does exist. So if you want to do a Google search, you might find that it started in 2006. So together today, let's celebrate the simple gestures that make life sweeter as we explore why kisses, hugs, and moments of caring really matter, that they matter so much for our relationships, well-being, and a sense of connection. So if you're hearing in the background any bangs or crashes, we have the company of a cute kitten named Chester. And at the moment, he's running wild. So he is full of all the good stuff, all the lovely hormones that, we get from kissing, he's getting from frolic around. So if anything falls behind me and you hear a whole lot of noises and crashes, it's Chester. So let's begin by coming to our senses. That I hope he'll be quiet, but if he isn't, thinking playful kitten if there's noises in the background. And I'm inviting you to fully come into the present moment. So you might start by finding a comfortable position, whether seated or lying down. Just take the time to check in what suits you today. And once you find that comfy spot, I invite you to take 3 slow, deliberate breaths. And with each exhale, let your body settle a little bit more. And on your final exhale, gently allow your eyes to close if you wish. And just let your facial muscles soften. The forehead, the cheeks, and jaw. And perhaps let a soft smile rest on the corners of your lips. Now simply arrive. There's no need to change anything. Just allow yourself to be as you are. This moment is about becoming curious and aware of the here and now. And I invite you to start turning your attention inwards and becoming attuned into your body. Notice how it feels to rest in this position. The sensation of the surface beneath you, the surface that's offering support. And bring an awareness to the points of contact where your body meets the chair or the floor or the bed, that you might feel the texture the weight or the firmness against your skin, the connection of where your body rests against the surface. And how does your skin feel? Is it warm or cool? Notice the clothes that rest against your body, and possibly noticing how they shift with the rhythm of your breath. Without trying to alter anything, just allow yourself to explore these sensations fully. Next, bring your attention to the sense of smell. What aromas, if any, are present in the air as you breathe deeply? Is there a faint scent? Or perhaps none at all? Now gently turn your attention to your sense of smell. And as you take a slow breath in through the nose, just taking in any sense. There may be something subtle or earthy, sweet, fresh. Let the experience be whatever it is. Let the aroma, or even the absence of an aroma, be noticed. Simply be part of this moment in time. You might even notice a taste on your tongue, being aware of where your tongue rests lightly in your mouth. That there may be a lingering flavour of a drink or a meal. That there may be something sweet or even just neutral or metallic. And then let the sense of smell and taste meet. That as you breathe in, you might notice a mintiness, lingering toothpaste, and you might taste it at the same time. And just meet this awareness quietly, curiously. And in this moment, observe how these senses complement one another. Just creating a unique experience right now, just for you. Now, if your eyes are closed, or they might be just lightly closed, noticing the light with the light against the eyelids. Just notice behind your eyelids, the shapes, the colours, or the varying shadows that appear. If your eyes are open, let them softly take in your surroundings. Observe the colours, the textures, and the way the light and shadows interact in the space around you. Just allowing your eyes to relax as you take in this visual awareness. That you might begin to notice the shifting sounds, become aware of the noises around you. Maybe there's a hum of distant traffic, the rustle of leaves, or the faint ticking of a clock, or the sound of your own breathing. There may be sounds of a bell or a kitten. Let your ears explore both the close and distant sounds, without attaching meaning or judgment to any of them. And now draw your focus to your breath. Feel the coolness of the air as it enters your nostrils, the gentle warmth as it leaves. And notice the rise and fall of your chest, or the rise and fall of your belly. That you may feel the pauses between each inhale and exhale. Let the rhythm of your breath anchor you in this moment. And as we begin to transition, noticing all of your senses, what you can hear, what you can see and smell and taste, what you can physically feel. Noticing your breath. And as we gently draw this practice to an end, just take a moment to deepen your awareness, that you might deepen your breath. And let each inhale fill your body completely, that you might feel your belly become full. And as you breathe in deeply, breathing out completely, exhale and release any remaining tension. Just letting all the tightness that you may have found just gently dissolve. And as you feel the movement of your breath, that you might gently invite small movements back into your body. That you might feel like wiggling your fingers or wiggling your toes. That you may feel like rolling your shoulders or stretching your neck. When you feel ready, that you might slowly open your eyes. And as you slowly open your eyes, allowing the light to re-enter your awareness. And just take a few moments to adjust and settle. Together, we might take 3 deep breaths. And on each inhale, welcome a sense of calm and clarity. And with each exhale, let go of anything that no longer serves you, that you no longer need. And you may wish to set an intention to carry this sense of grounded awareness, this grounded awareness with you into the rest of your day. And as you might be aware, a sense of ease or calm, that we can extend it just a little longer by beginning to deepen your breath. That inhale fully, exhale slowly. And we might breathe in calm and exhale, release the tension. Breathe in peace. And breathe out a deep sense of gratitude. And let your senses guide you, that throughout the day, whenever you need to bring your senses back into focus, noticing where you are, that you are present, and that you are grounded. So, because July the 6th today is International Kissing Day, that it's a day dedicated to celebrating this simple yet deeply meaningful gesture. That kissing has both psychological and physiological benefits. That it's a compilation of many studies and facts that relate to kissing. And there's actually a scientific name, and I really hope I pronounce it correctly. You're ready. It is philematology. Philematology. You learn something every day. So this study is over many years, many countries, that I thought we could start by just bringing it back to ourselves, and then we'll go more into the science and the studies. So I'd like to invite you to become aware of the present moment, and what I'd love for you to do is to possibly, with curiosity, remember the last kiss that you experienced. So it doesn't have to be a kiss that is romantic. It could be kissing your pet. And as you just notice that when you think even about kissing something or someone, that we're already releasing a beautiful chemical called oxytocin, that it's nicknamed the love hormone. But this hormone is really powerful. That oxytocin is like the body's social glue, that it has a major role in bonding and creating trust and in soothing our nervous system. So even just thinking about our last kiss can bring about a change within us. So the science and soul of kissing, that it can take us into a deep dive into connection and the chemistry, and also cultural differences. And there's a lot to celebrate. So let's begin. That even a rushed peck on the cheek or a distracted smooch between errands, that any type of kiss is beneficial to us. So when we think about the ones, the heartfelt, thumping, soul tingling, everything stops kind of kisses, that I'm sure all of us have great memories or experiences that we can bring to mind about that type of kiss where the world stood still. That keeping that feeling, the feeling of kissing, keeping that close and possibly recalling kisses from 30 years ago, your first kiss even, that it still brings up amazing chemical reactions in your body and mind. And because today we're going to deep dive into the magic of kissing, the science, the biology, and even a little bit of the history, that it's time to explore this dedicated day. And I'm sure that we're aware of a saying called French kiss, that there's so many different names for the simple kiss, that a French kiss isn't completely a polite kiss that you would give a friend or a relative, that it's not the kiss on the cheek, it's not a quick kiss hello, it's not a quick kiss goodbye, that there are different types of kisses and they all have names. Can you believe it? That this age-old practice is so much more than just romance, that it can be a language. We've got lots of ways of describing kissing. Pecks and pashes and smooches, French kisses. We've got heaps. That it's not only a ritual, that in some countries you just kiss one side of your cheek. Some countries you kiss two sides of your cheek with greetings. That it can also be a medicine, and in some ways a mirror into our emotional lives. So when we kiss someone we care about, something amazing happens inside us. That our body releases a hormone, like we've talked about, oxytocin. And it is not only about romance, that it's about connection. It shows up when we cuddle, when we hug. It also shows up if you've had the experience of giving birth, breastfeeding, and even when we connect with our pets. So kissing is especially beneficial when it's affectionate or passionate, that it's one of the fastest ways to get oxytocin flowing. So researchers often refer to this as the cuddle chemical, or a molecule of connection. So when oxytocin is released, cortisol, our stress hormone, starts to drop. That means our shoulders will soften, our heart rate will slow, and our nervous system shifts from a fight or flight to a rest and digest. It's like your whole body exhaling with a sigh, with relief. That moment of grounding, that I feel better already, that feeling is the biochemistry in action. So one of the studies from the University of Zurich actually showed that oxytocin reduces activity in the amygdala. That's the fear center of the brain. So possibly when you're feeling overwhelmed or emotionally charged, that a kiss can literally help your brain calm down. Have you ever kissed someone and felt like time slowed down and everything softened? That's not just a romantic idea. It could be a grandchild. So whatever type of kiss, that's neurochemistry doing its thing. But kissing doesn't just regulate emotion, it also boosts your immune system. When we kiss, sometimes when it's a passionate smooch, that we swap saliva. And with that, we share a whole ecosystem of microorganisms, which, mixed with some germs. And sometimes the thought of exchanging saliva is a bit gross, but I'm sure we've all done it. And while that might sound, less than appetizing, it's actually brilliant, That this exchange introduces our body to new bacteria and helps build immunity, kind of like a natural vaccine. So a 10-second kiss can transfer a lot of bacteria. So every time you kiss your partner, your immune system is quietly doing squats. You're doing exercise in the background. So couples who kiss regularly actually develop similar microbes, and the bacterial makeup in our mouth starts to align. So we're not just sharing affection, we're literally co-evolving at a microbial level. So it's kind of romantic, right? That you complete me when you're having a kiss. And now you also colonize my bacteria. So now let's talk about what's happening in the brain. When we kiss, it triggers a chemical flash mob. So if you imagine that your brain releases dopamine, which is the pleasure and reward. Then it goes for serotonin for mood regulation, endorphins, which is a natural painkiller, and of course, oxytocin, which is our attachment and trust. It's no wonder, really, a good kiss can make the whole world fade away. So dopamine is what makes kissing feel exciting. It's the same rush you get from chocolate, adventure, or a great song. It activates the brain's reward system, which is why kissing can be so addictive. Then there's serotonin, which helps regulate mood and reduce anxiety, meaning that kissing can literally help balance your emotions. And endorphins, they kick in to relieve pain, boost pleasure, and leave you with that warm, floaty, fuzzy feeling. So some studies have shown that even just thinking about kissing someone that you love, kissing someone that you might miss, that may be overseas, can reduce your experience of physical pain. So imagine what actual kissing would do. So just imagining we can have all of this chemical reaction. That it's not only the early stages of relationship type kissing, because we all have different stages of our kissing in our evolving relationships. That in fact, one of the most telling signs of long-term relationship happiness is how often the couples kiss. Not necessarily how often they have sex, but how often they kiss. A quick kiss goodbye, or a gentle kiss on the forehead, and I see you kiss at the end of a long day. That these tiny rituals, that it might be a quick kiss before you fall asleep, that they signal in this ritual that you matter to me, that they keep the emotional glue strong. They remind us that we're not just living side by side, we're still choosing each other. And a biological anthropologist, Dr. Helen Fisher, refers to kissing as a mate assessment tool. So in the beginning of a relationship, kissing helps us subconsciously evaluate compatibility through scent and taste and response. And over time, it becomes a bonding tool, a kind of emotional shorthand for we're doing okay. You okay? I'm okay. And just kissing isn't completely just for romance. So here's the history part, that across history and different cultures, kissing has held a powerful significance, not only to express love, but also to show respect, social status, or family bonds. In fact, the ancient Romans had 3 different types of kissing. They've named them. each with its own meaning. First, there was the osculum, from the Latin meaning little mouth, that this was a simple, innocent kiss, often placed on the cheek or the forehead. It was a greeting, a farewell, or a sign of respect between friends and family. So it still rings true. It wasn't romantic. It was about connection and closeness. Then there was the basium, a more intimate kiss, usually shared between lovers or partners. This one involved the lips and carried romantic undertones. That the basium said, "You're special to me." And finally, there was the savium, the passionate kiss. Think fire, think urgency. This was the kind of kiss that expressed deep desire or intense emotional connection. It wasn't just about affection, it was about craving. Isn't it fascinating that the Romans had a vocabulary for kissing, with distinctions based on context and emotional tone? It shows how deeply people have always understood that kiss is never just a kiss. Or is it? That with the biology, with the neurology, it's layered, it speaks, it signals, it connects. Even today, many cultures maintain unique kissing customs. From cheek kisses in France and Italy and South America to forehead touches in New Zealand's Maori tradition, to nose rubbing in some Arctic communities. Around half of the world's cultures doesn't kiss romantically at all, but they still find physical gestures to convey the same depth of emotion. Because at its core, kissing is about communication. Whether it's a subtle peck or a dramatic movie kiss, they're worth embracing. And it tells the other person, I see you, I feel you, you matter to me. So as we celebrate International Kissing Day, that this just isn't a day to post a selfie or reenact a movie scene. That today's and this moment, we can reflect on just how powerful, healing, and meaningful the act of kissing truly is. That you may never have thought an innocent kiss. That right now it's a moment to think about all the way our bodies, hearts, and also our histories are intertwined through this one beautiful gesture. The gesture of kissing that calms our nervous system, boosts our immunity, and brings us closer, and reminds us that we are wired for connection. So, as the Romans did, so whether it's a osculum, a basium, or a savium, different type of kiss, or a French kiss, or just a kiss goodnight, today is the perfect time to honor the power of a kiss. Because kissing isn't just affection. It's biology, it's history, it's healing, and it's magic. That with our exploration of how kissing can be a natural vaccine, that we are giving each other, sharing bugs. And kissing isn't just about bonding and immunity, that it's a neurological joyride. So when you kiss, that you might imagine, if you'd like to, the magic of a kiss, that your brain lights up like a Christmas tree, with all sorts of happy chemicals, that it might bring a little zing of excitement. It might feel like that you're doing something fun. So it might not be like the first kiss, the first fireworks, that couples who keep kissing might often feel little sparks or reignite spark. That the chemicals are also there as an antidepressant. It aims to boost mood, to reduce anxiety, and give us the feel-good sensation. That there's also the natural painkillers. And as we've talked about, that there's studies, that there's people investing their time and money into showing and proving that just thinking about kissing someone that you care for deeply, can increase your pain threshold. That's right. Kissing can literally make life hurt less. So we all have memories of different types of kisses. And it might make your world feel a little brighter, your shoulders a little lighter, and your heart a little fuller to remember some of these kisses. It could be just in your imagination, but the neurochemical reaction in your brain will still work. So the actual physical act of a kiss can be a beautiful cascade of pleasure, bonding, and emotional regulation. That different types of kisses, like we've said, can be a ritual to help us stay close, to build trust. That some cultures will make priority to kiss. That when they meet friends, it's expected. When they meet family members, it's expected. That it's a ritual. And it's not just about affection, that it can be a medicine. So when you think of the other physical side of kissing, that there is a activation of your facial muscles. That it could be a mild workout for your face. So it's not complete poetry, but the muscles in your face, when you smile, when you kiss, that their activation of particular movements in your face will actually bring about change through your nervous system. So we've all experienced just the corners of our lips going up, and we feel the effects of oxytocin. So the movement of the face in a kiss will also be a feel-good hormone dance. That the release of these beautiful chemicals can feel like a roller coaster ride. That no wonder that kissing can be addictive, that it boosts all of this in our brain. That with our kissing, that it activates different chemicals, and there's research on low serotonin levels can be associated with depression and anxiety. So kissing might act as a gentle emotional support tool. That you might have a friend or a partnership where you discuss how important kissing is for your mental health and that they also will benefit, and negotiating more kissing in whatever style. Could be a peck, could be a ritual, just to bring it to the forefront. So with all of the different styles, that a distracted peck on the way out the door, different types of kisses when you meet, allowing an awareness of when you last felt a passionate kiss. That even imagining that our brain will switch on, your heart rate will lower. You start to breathe a little deeper and you can feel grounded again. That kissing doesn't just calm us emotionally. It has physical health benefits too. That there has been studies that passionate kissing can burn between 2 to 6 calories per minute. So technically, if you find yourself in a kissing situation where you're making out, it's a make-out session, that it's a mild cardio workout. And it also causes vasodilation, and that's the widening of blood vessels, which may temporarily lower blood pressure. So even as your face gets a workout, with about 34 facial muscles involved, when you're having a good kiss, that it's could be related to an exercise class for your facial muscles and your mouth. And with all these fitness perks, we've discussed how it can boost your immune system, which is wild but true. That the immune system gets a gentle boot camp. So it allows your immune system to practice defense and build resilience. That according to a Dutch study, a single 10-second kiss can transfer up to 80 million bacteria. But instead of harming us, this bacterial exchange teaches our body what to fight and what to tolerate. That it's a natural version of a vaccine. That kissing is good for your health. So, as we've already discussed, the brain and the chemical cascade that happens when we kiss, that it's nothing short of magical. So your feel-good hormones come in together, dancing all at once. And this chemical release, of course, releases other reactions, other bodily reactions. We won't go into great detail, but you might be more romantically inclined after a good kiss. That it acts as a painkiller, a natural painkiller. It also encourages the same feelings we have with laughter. And yes, it might get you in the mood for amazing lovemaking, that all these chemicals swirl together, and it's a feeling of warmth, of joy, of calm, of connection. That kissing sometimes can become more than just affection, that it can become a therapy, a dose of medication wrapped up in lips. That research continues to find that regular kissing, no matter actual or imagined, can become a daily ritual. A ritual, a simple ritual of contact to remind our nervous systems and our hearts that we are connected, that we're not alone. That as we lean in for a kiss, that we're not only expressing affection, that we're also lowering stress, lifting mood, strengthening immunity, and deepening our bonds, and telling our body that we're safe, we're connected, and we're wonderfully human. So no matter what type of kiss you prefer, that kissing is an age-old practice with significance that extends far beyond just romance. That our common gesture of affection, respect, or greeting between friends or family members, that it has the benefit of social closeness. And these distinctions of when and who we kiss, how we kiss, that the different kisses are viewed with different lenses depending on the context. But still, no matter what expression with our kissing, we still benefit from the kissing highlights. The kissing highlights of human affection, rituals, the societal norms, and the way in which we physically communicate and show care for one another. So I hope that you've enjoyed and been interested to explore on the International Kissing Day all parts of understanding of the cultural and historical depths of the acts of affection. That this information is perfectly human, that fully integrating a kiss, becoming present with a kiss, that it's allowing the information that keeps that feeling of warmth, that keeps that connection, the chemistry, the culture, and a real celebration of the sweeter things of being human. That it can be a language, a ritual, a medicine, and in some ways a mirror into our emotional lives. So thank you so much for joining me on International Kissing Day. That I think it's really fascinating for our mental health and our healing that sometimes kissing can make us feel a rush of so many different things that even just thinking about our most perfect kiss, that it's the honouring of the power of the kiss that we celebrate International Kissing Day. Because kissing isn't just affection, it's biological, it's history, it's healing, and it's marvelously and beautifully human. So I hope that you can experience a kiss possibly today, or look forward to when you can have a kiss next. Or if you've got the time and place today, possibly to reminisce about a memorable kiss, that it still will fill you with all of the amazing cocktail of chemicals and hormones, and can present in so many different ways that you might just give yourself a boost in your healing, a boost in your connection to self, noticing different moods and different feelings within yourself, that there's really no harm in allowing the health benefits of all that we know works well in our body with a kiss. So I would love to know of any comments or any interest in what you've experienced or thought of, and carrying this awareness with you. Or you might share a comment that I know that many people were surprised that there is such a thing as International Kissing Day, and it might be fun to share a comment and who you kiss next. So please enjoy, if you're interested, all of the different benefits in your body, that your awareness of what a kiss can do. And you might wish to explore it further and look up a few studies on kissing. And I thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share with you some of the benefits. So as I'm scrolling through, I'm just noticing if there's anything else that I can share with you. But I think the discussion of kissing is drawing to an end. But please let me know your thoughts and enjoy the mystery and magic of kissing. So I look forward to sharing more health and well-being on Connect with Quest or at home with Quest. And I will give my sweet kitten Chester a kiss very soon, because he's just here behind me and he's settled down, sleeping. So I will enjoy a kiss with calm Chester, and I am very grateful that nothing fell or nothing crashed during our Connect with Quest. So keep well, and I will share more interesting insights with you soon. Thank you.